Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on when you are watching this broadcast. You're welcome to today's live broadcast. Please, if you can hear me, kindly drop a comment for me in the comment section of the video. Am I audible, please? Can you hear me? Can you see my screen? Please drop a comment for me in the comment section. Can you see my screen? Can you hear me? Please drop a comment for me in the comment section. Oh, thank you. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. So, thank you, everyone. I am so glad I am audible and you can see my screen. Please, can you see my screen? I will be teaching you from the slides. So, please, can you see my screen? Kindly respond. Can you see my screen? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Let's move. Let's move. We have a lot to cover tonight, and I wouldn't want us to waste our time. I wouldn't want us to waste our time. So, we have a lot to learn and cover up for tonight. So, give me a minute, please. Oh, that was a mistake. Hmm. Give me a minute, please. Oh, yeah. So, I am ready. If you are from SGS 7, kindly sign in with your name, your hall, and your tag. We will be moving on now. We don't have much time and we have quite a lot to cover up. So, I would advise that as you're learning, try as much as possible to note down the striking points. I will really not dwell on writing tonight as I have taught you what writing is in on Tuesday. Yes, I did in the Facebook live, but it's the video was brought down due to some issues. I don't know, due to a copyright claim or so. So I will just go ahead to start teaching you what we are here for tonight. So please, if you are from SGS 7, kindly sign in with your tag, your hall, and your name. I can see a lot of students not indicating their hall. Please start with your hall so that it will be easy for your president to mark your name, to mark you present. So let's just move. Yeah, today's we will be learning this content, meaning of writing and creative writing, steps to writing creatively, and essay writing. Moving on, we have the writing and the creative writing aspect. So let's just jump right into it. What is writing? Writing is a process of communicating ideas, thoughts, views, experiences, opinions, histories, visions, informations, and perceptions through written words or a readable form. As I noted on Tuesday, when you talk about writing, you are talking about you communicating your ideas. When you say you are a writer, you're not just a writer for writing's sake. You're not just a writer because you want to bear the tag, because you want everyone to know that you are a writer. You are a writer because you communicate your ideas. Can you hear me now, please? Okay, thank you. So sorry about that. Kindly help me out by sharing the link with your friends, your students as well, and everyone. So let's just move on with this. Writing is a process of communicating your ideas, your thoughts, your views, your experiences, your opinions, your histories, your visions, information, perceptions through written words that can be read. When you say you're a writer, people should be able to read what you have written. You don't call a piece a writing, or you don't call a piece a write up when it is not readable. For you to qualify a write up as a piece, for you to say, okay, fine, I have written a piece, I have written this is what I have written, this is everything, people should be able to read what you have written. So writing doesn't just happen. You can help me to, please, am I still audible? Someone said she can't hear me. Am I still audible? I want to know. Am I still audible, please? Yes, please. I would like you to respond swiftly. We have a lot to cover tonight, and I do not want to waste our time. Okay, please. Like we as we did on Tuesday, help me to, if you see any points that are striking, just drop it in the comment section so I can display your comment. Please go to your various groups to inform others to join. After this, tell them I said anyone who just come around to sign in and leave, that person is not validated. Please make sure you join from the beginning to the end so you could learn everything you need to learn. So as I was saying, when you say you're a writer, what you have written should be read. We should be able to read what you have written. We should be able to see it. It should be in a readable form. That is when you can qualify yourself as a writer. When people cannot read what you have written, when people do not understand what you have written, when people do not have an understanding of what you have written, you are not a writer. That particular piece is not a write up. So, writing makes our thoughts or views permanent. If words are spoken, they may be lost. If words are spoken, they may be lost. If they are written, they can be read and they can be seen by anyone at any time. If words are spoken, they may be lost. If words are written, they can be seen by anyone and they can be read by anyone at any time. That is the purpose of writing. Please, if you cannot hear me, fix it from your hand. I am audible now. I am audible, 100% audible. Okay, this is what I have been saying. Writing is a process of communicating ideas, thoughts, views, experiences, opinions, histories, visions, information, perceptions through written words. Do you understand? So, this is what I have been saying when we talk about writing. So, moving on, we have writing is an art of presenting information that expresses feelings, emotions, and actions. They help you to present your feelings, they help you to present your emotions, they help you to present your actions. You might have something that you want to share with the world. You might have something that is making you feel sad. You might have something you want everyone to know about. if you don't write it, we can't know. But when you write it and post it online, or when you write it and share it with others, we will be able to know that, okay, fine, this person is passing through this phase, this person needs this thing. That is the purpose of writing. So moving on, we have a writer is someone who puts their ideas or thoughts into written words, usually for everyone to read. A writer is someone who puts the ideas or thoughts into written words for everyone to do what? To read. And some people also write for themselves. But most times when you write, you're not writing for yourself, you're writing for other audience. You are writing for other people to learn. As a writer, to communicate your ideas, you can use facts, symbols, punctuations, and every other thing. I don't want to dwell on this as I have done that on Tuesday. I just want us to move forward and learn more. So, writing is like growing up. I dropped this analogy on Tuesday, and a lot of people really, it resonated with a lot of people who joined in. Writing is like growing up. From infanthood, you learn how to crawl. From infanthood, as a writer, you learn how to write chunks. And as time goes on, you learn to write little by little, little by little, till you become a professional writer. So you cannot just come from nowhere to fly from the beginning level to the expert level. That is why I mentioned on Tuesday that as a writer, do not label yourself as a writing coach when you are still undergoing training. Try as much as possible to learn. Try as much as possible to undergo the process. Try as much as possible to follow duly. As a writer, another way to write is to watch people. You have to learn. If you are not a learner, you cannot be a writer. Writers are learners. Writers are learners. Please put it in the comment section. Writers are learners. Put it in the comment section, please. Writers are learners. Writers are learners. Please put it in the comment section. I want to see it in the comment section. Writers are learners. Writers are learners. So as a writer, you should learn. You shouldn't just come from nowhere to declare yourself as a writer when you have not learned. You have to learn as a writer. Pay your dues. When you learn, you are paying your dues. When you learn, you are paying your dues. When you learn, you are following the due process. I hope you understand. So, writers are learners. Moving on, I want to do this with speed so that we could finish off with, yeah, creative writing. The meaning of creative writing. Yesterday, I noted that creative writing uses imagination. Creative writing uses imagination. I really do not want to dwell on these as I have enunciated on Tuesday. I would just go ahead to round this off for you because I want to teach you the basic steps you can use to you can learn and you can use when you're writing. And I also want to teach you the the ways you can write your emails, so your essays rather. So creative writing is a method of writing written in prose. Like I said, prose could be articles, could be essays, could be poetry and everything. But what really stood out for me yesterday is that creative writing uses imagination. When you're talking about creative writing, you're talking about using your imagination, displaying your imagination. You are a creator. When you call yourself a creative writer, you create write ups. You do not steal from others, you do not plagiarize. You are original. You are the originator of that write up. To be creative is to create and be original. Thank you. Please, if you are with me, drop a comment for me to let me know that you are with me, you're following, so that we could, round off and finish this off soon. So this is the writing that expresses ideas, beliefs, and thoughts in an imaginative way. It is the act of making things up. When you create something, you make it up. When you come up with ideas on your own, is what we call creative writing. In short, creative writing is the act of creating your own writing. Creative writing is the act of creating your own writing. So if you are here and you have not created anything of your own, you have not created any write up to call your own, I am so sorry to tell you that you are not a creative writer. You're just trying to learn. I understand that, but let's be factual here. To be creative is to create. If you are here and you have created something, you are creative, you are a creative writer with everything I have said, please drop a comment for me. I am a creative writer. And tell me the title of the write up you have created. You can just name one. Please, I want to hear from you in the comment section of this broadcast. If you are a creative writer, and if you can note, I said creative writing has to do with you creating. To be original, you originated that write up. Do not call yourself a creative writer if you cannot create. Yes, poem is part of creative writing. Someone asked the question just now. Poem is part of creative writing. If you write poems, if you write stories, if you write online posts, online articles, anything you write that you create yourself, you are a creative writer. So poetry is part of creative writing. Poetry is part of creative writing. I said it is in the slide I shared just now. Take a look at it. Let me use my cursor to guide you. Yeah, that's it over there. Creative writing is a method of writing written in prose. Poetry. When you say prose, you're talking about your stories, your novellas, your novels, your short social media posts, your anything that is not written in verses. So when you're talking about poetry, you're talking about poems, songwriting, and when you talk about drama, you're talking about dialogue and anything that has to do with that. Oh yeah, beautiful. Let me read out some of the responses I am getting here. I am a creative writer. Burdens. Beautiful. Akinleye. Thank you. The strength of a lady. Faith Temiloluwa. Well done. Someone said, I have done something, but I have never posted. Yeah, no problem. So far, you have created it on your own. You're a creative writer. I am a creative writer, said Faith. One of the write up is the story I am working on, Over the Fence. Well done. Golda says, failure and how it shaped my life. Beautiful. Abogu John says, I write essays, articles, and blog posts. Beautiful. If wets, okay, thank you. Thank you. I write spiritual stories. Kenny, thank you, sir. Fears of a drowning child. Muyiwa, many thanks for that. Medical laboratory, Omolola, well done. Where do you belong? I am still on it, coach. Okay, you are still on where do you belong? Well done. Hope against hope, Esther. Pains of Africa, Idowu. Thank you everyone for your responses. You're all fantastic. So moving on, we have creative writing deploys and displays imagination. To be a creative writer is to be original. This is the writing that expresses ideas, beliefs, thoughts in an imaginative way. It is the act of making things up. So when you come up with ideas on your own, that is what we call it creative writing. In short, creative writing has to do with you creating your own writing. In creative writing, you must step out of the reality into a new world inspired by your thoughts and imaginations. Then you will be able to express and use your emotions freely instead of just thinking about what other people might say. So that is it on creative writing. I just want to have a kind of recap with you. So let's move on to the next slide. Steps to writing creatively. I couldn't do this yesterday because on Tuesday rather, because of the time frame. So now I will be teaching you the steps you can use to write creatively. Okay, I have 30 minutes more to use. Or let me just say 20 minutes more. I'll try as much as possible to speed things up. So the first step to writing creatively is to have a message. You need to have a message or idea. Every writing has a message. Please, if you're still with me, kindly drop a comment for me in the comment section. So, steps to writing. Okay, thank you, everyone. Steps to writing creatively. The first one is to have a message. Every writing has a message. When I say a message, I am not talking about the topic now. There's a difference between your topic and your message. Your message is what you want people to gain from that write up. Your message is what you want your readers to know. At the end of your write up, after reading your write up, what do you want them to think about? When people read from you, what should be their take home point? What do you want them to gain from it? That is what I am referring to. So every message, every writing, you should have a message. So what should be their take home point? Before you write, ask yourself this question: what should people think after reading from me? What should be their take home point? What should they gain from what I have written? You understand? When you have built your write up on that, you will be able to, you know, deploy your message successfully. Please, if you are still with me, drop a comment for me, please. So now I have spoke about having an idea for your for your topic or having a message. Now, how can you come up with ideas? There are different ways for you to come up with ideas. You can either free form ideas or use other methods. So moving on, we have how to come up with ideas. The first one is to free form ideas, free forming your ideas, free forming your ideas. Now, how can you free form your idea? You have a message already. Okay, fine. Let's assume I with my write up, I want to talk about life. So, how do I come up with an idea for my writing? To come up with an idea, you can use different styles, you can use different methods, and I have one here with me to freeform ideas, freeforming ideas. Now, with freeforming ideas, we can use prompts. When I say prompts, prompts are elements or things that hints you that hints you on what to write, thereby encouraging you to write. You can I have two prompts. There are two basic prompts I have ever seen people use. The first one is the picture prompt. The second one is the word prompt. I didn't mean I am sharing my whole screen. I would have taken you to, I would have shared the screen and taken you to some word prompts that you can use. But I am not sharing my screen fully, so I can't do that. But for now, let's just dwell on this. Let's just dwell on this. Okay, so as I was saying, please, are you still with me? Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Am I still audible? Am I still audible, please? Please, if you can still hear me, drop a comment for me in the comments. Okay, thank you. You can still hear me. Okay, moving on, we have, you can use word prompts. When I say word prompts, if you noticed, if you participated in the effective communication every day, we have a theme for the day. We have a theme like a word that will guide you on what to write. The last day we had thank you or gratitude. So that thank you is a prompt. It has given you an idea to write about. Now, under thank you, a lot of people were able to come up with different write-ups. Some people wrote on thanking their family, some people wrote on how being grateful, gratitude has helped them. So many write-ups, so many write-ups. For each day, we add close to, maybe let's just say 200 or 250 entries for the TECC daily entries, and everyone, no one copied from their subordinates. Everyone wrote freely, and we are able to include different people writing and doing well with their write-ups. Now, let's assume we didn't make use of a prompt. Do you think people will be able to come up with do you think people will be able to come up with topics that are different but are still under the theme? Do you think so? No, they won't be able to do that. But because we have a team that is guiding everyone on what to write about, we have successfully helped everyone to be creative. So you can either write using prompts, it can be a word prompt, it can be a picture. You can write, and the writing will be centered around a picture. Do you understand? In essence, prompts are elements that hint you on what to write about. Now, moving on, there are pictures or words that gives you an idea of what to write. You can, to use a word prompt, pick a word. For example, let's take I have a list of words here displayed to you on the screen. We have farm, rain, love, happiness, hunger. It doesn't matter what the word is. So far, you want to pass across a message. Pick a word. Now, let's take a look at this. We have love. You can now come up with different words that are related to love. Different words related to love. We have heartbreak, we have double dating, we have friendship, we have commitment, we have breakup, cheating, marriage. So the above list of words can prompt you to write. You do not have any idea of your own. You know you want to write about love, but you don't know what you write about. You don't find the idea is love, but what can you do? How can you develop that love? Now, so far you have listed all these words, you should be able to come up with something. Please, is this helpful? If you are a writer watching this broadcast, kindly drop a comment. Is this helpful? Will this be helpful for you? Will this be helpful? You have this list of words. Okay, Please, you can wait till the questioning aspect, but someone asked the question, as a person who loves to write quotes, is it a part of creative writing? Yes, it is. So far, you are creating the quotes yourself. You're not, you didn't copy the quotes from someone else. You're still creative. Okay, yeah, thank you. It is so helpful. I am glad you find it helpful. So, the words above can give you an idea of what to write about. It can prompt you to write. That's just the bottom line. So, moving on, other ways to come up with ideas. I will not really dig deeply into this, but if you register for the writing class, English and writing mastery, you will I would dig deeper. But let's just have a kind of rephrase and peruse through this. Draw inspiration from books and music. You can draw inspiration from books and music. When I say you should draw inspiration from books, I am not saying you should draw inspiration from books that are written I am not saying do not steal someone, do not steal other people's book. You can draw an inspiration. For example, I read a book about, oh, I have forgotten the title of the book. Oh, and I tried as much as possible to recall the title. I think the book is on, oh gosh, how did I forget? Yes, Second Glance by Jodi Picoult. Second Glance by Jodi Picoult. Yes, I read that book. Second Glance by Jodi Picoult is still in my archive over here. So when I read that book, I discovered that one of the actors or one of the protagonists, he has a rare disease and he can't step into the sun. I have forgotten the name of the disease, but when I read that book, I went ahead to create a write up that spoke about that disease. What I have done is that I have tried to draw an inspiration. The book has given me an inspiration to come up with my own write up. The book did not inspire me to steal the person's write up or to steal the person's style. The author gave me an inspiration. Do you understand, please? I got an inspiration to write about that book. I didn't know how to copy and paste what the author has written, but it just gave me a kind of, okay, yes, okay. Some people are saying the video is blurry, the video is blurry. Please, Abogu Joy, thank you for this. To make the video quality better, change the video quality settings on your YouTube app. If you can't see my screen well, it is from your YouTube app and not from me over here. So someone said, I love this class. I'm more or less like an untapped deposit of mineral. This is helping me to discover myself and the potentials lying in me. Thank you so very much. So moving on, we're talking about drawing inspiration from books. When you read a book, do not just read a book. A lot of writers, they read, and at the end of the day, they just decide. If you're okay, let me just, I would pin Abogu's comment. If your video is blurry, please, the comment displayed can't see you. So as I was saying, you can just go ahead to draw inspirations from books. Do not just read a book and let go, or read a book and forget about it. Read that book and draw inspiration. Read that book and draw inspiration. Read that book and learn from it. Read that book and learn from it. Do not just read a book for reading sake. Read and learn, read and learn, read and draw inspiration. So we are still moving on. You can also read from others. When you read from others, I am not saying you should steal their write-ups. I am saying you should read and draw inspirations. There's some, see, inspiration is not about copying and pasting. Some lines, some words that the person used can give you an inspiration. For example, let's assume you are reading a book. Okay, let me give you an example from here. Most of the books I have here with me are not stories, they are just educative books. So let's assume you are reading a book, a storybook, and the storybook is talking about cake description. Now you're just reading the storybook and they mentioned the cake, and the person said the cake is delectable or the cake is sugary. Now you didn't know, do you know that you can create something out of that sugary? You can just say you can create a write-up on sugar, and that's your write-up will focus on how life is sweet. How life is sweet, comparing life with sugar. So you don't have to wait till you get a big inspiration before you write. Words can also be an inspiration. Words that you read from books can give you an inspiration. Do you understand? Words that you read from books can give you an inspiration. So, making research, you can also come up with ideas when you're making research. You can also come up with making research, using your experiences to form ideas. Using your experiences to form ideas is a part of it. You can form ideas from your experiences. You can also form ideas or draw inspiration from magazines and television. Thank you, Happy Godwin. So you can form ideas or draw inspirations from the televisions, the news blogs, the online news blogs, news stations. So many people here watching me, they follow Insta blog, they follow. If your video is blurry, please follow what we have been saying. They have given you different options, but you're not budging, so there's nothing I can do unless you upgrade and follow the instructions. Scroll through the comment section, you get the instructions. So as I was saying, you can draw inspirations from online blogs. You follow Insta blog, you follow Gist Lover and everyone. You can just create a story from that blog. Don't just read aimlessly on social media. Do not just read through on social media without drawing an inspiration. Everything that happens in everyday life, every day of our life, we have a form of inspiration that we can draw from it. You can also write. Yes, you can. Yes, I have said it. What about song? Song is similar to music, so you can draw inspiration from songs or music. I wrote. I think I wrote a lot of books, but I write with my pen and paper sometimes, so I don't have time to type. When I wrote a book on pillow talk. It was inspired by Zayn Malik pillow talk. I wrote a book on It Ain't Me. It was inspired by Selena Gomez's It Ain't Me. I think in 2017 or 2016, I wrote a lot of books that were inspired by songs. So you can also draw inspirations from songs. You can write from other people's stories and experiences, depending on what you want to do, depending on what you want to write about. Now, after having, the first thing we spoke about is to come up with an idea, to have a message. Then after having a message, the next thing for you when you want to write creatively is to, yes, someone said, wow, it is better now. Yes, please follow the instructions. Your visuals should be better. So create an outline for your writing. You have a message already. You have a message you want to pass across. The next thing for you to do is to create an outline. The process of creating an outline involves the organization or arrangement of the message or topic. When you arrange your topic, when you arrange your message to make it logical, that's what we're talking about, the write-ups. You understand? Drawing inspiration and creating an outline for your writing. For example, when talking about outline, we're talking about the beginning, the middle, and the end. For the beginning, I can't really dig deep because we have a lot to do. We are still going to slide 26 or 25, and we're still in slide 12, slide 11, and I don't want this video to exceed 1 hour 20 minutes at most. So, talking about the creating an outline, this has to do with you writing your stories logically. It should be logical. The beginning. The beginning is the introduction of your story or your articles. Here, the events start to unfold. Then you move on to the middle or the media aspect. The event unfolds in full. Here, conflict occurs. People will fight, your characters will fight, issues will happen, disagreements will happen. The bad things happen in the media position. The beginning is for the introduction. You're just getting to know the characters, you're just getting to know the protagonist, the antagonist, you're still getting started. But when it's the media position or the media area, you have the event unfolds in full. The conflict will occur, disagreement, the tension is there, the suspense is heightened, and everything. That is when the real deal happen. Everything that happens in a story or in a write-up happens in the media position. And we have the end where everything ends. We have the resolution of the conflict at the end. I really can't dig deep because time is not on our side. So let's just move on to the other steps for you to write creatively. So the other steps for you to write creatively, we have do not make your characters flawless. Please put in the comment section. Don't make your characters flawless. I have seen a lot of people that, you know, they idealize their characters. They idealize their characters. Now, they make their characters the best. They make their characters the best. How would you do that? Why would you do that? You shouldn't idealize your character. Let them make mistakes. Remember, you're writing and your write up, you're not writing for babies. Your write up has to be mimetic. When I say, yes, the replay will be available, please, the replay will be available. Your write up should be mimetic. When I say mimetic, your write up should be realistic. It should involve things that has to do with life. You can't say you're trying to make your character great, your characters great, and due to that you are making them appear so flawless. Your characters should be full of flaws. They should make mistakes. They are humans. When you make your characters flawless, you are trying to tell us that they are not human. They are Superman, they are Spider-Man, and they are every other thing we can make mention of. But when you make them flawless, people will know that, okay, fine, this is mimetic. When I say mimetic, it is realistic. It pertains to life. Please, you understand. I hope you are gaining value. If you are gaining value, drop the fire emoji in the comment section for me. Your characters must not be perfect. They are human. Your write-up should be mimetic. When I say mimetic, it should be realistic. It should relate to life. It should relate to life. When you make your character so flawless, it will get to a point that, come on, people will not be able to relate with it. It will bore them. It will bore your readers. But when your characters are full of flaws, they would like to know what will happen to them at the end of the day. Please drop the fire emojis in the comment section if you are following. Do not forget to join Dominate with Communication Virtual Summit starting tomorrow. It will be full of It will be full of impactful sessions. So please, everyone here, don't miss out tomorrow and Saturday. Someone said wash hands. Someone said, oh my God. I am glad you're following through. I am glad you're following through. Nkwasi said, Jennifer says, even Spider-Man is flawless. Thank you, my sister. Let me change to the Nigerian accent. Thank you, my sister. Spider-Man is flawless. I have Spider-Man is flawless. Thank you, Abogu. Spider-Man is flawless. When you idolize your character, it will bore the people. They will be bored, you know. So moving on, we have choose a point of view. I know you might have been seeing POV on people's posts and people's TikTok and everything, and you might be confused. What is POV? A lot of people use that a lot. POV, and you'll be wondering what is POV? What is the meaning of POV? POV refers to who is telling a story. The POV refers to who is telling a story or who is narrating it. A story can be told in three ways. When you say a POV, you're talking about the person telling a story or the person narrating a story. POV can refer to, it has three ways, or it is referred to as, a story can be told in three ways rather. The first one, we have the first person point of view, which is first person POV. Now, here, the story we talk about, the story is being told from the perspective of one character who describes the action with I. One character describes the action with I and me, make use of, when I was 5 years old, the war broke out. We're talking about the first person POV. You're talking, when you use the first person POV, you are making use of, you are telling a story from the perspective of a person, that person. And when you are writing your story, you should make use of I, you make use of words like I, me, you know. Okay, Ruben, so sorry. Oh, you're using your fiance's phone. Okay, no problem. I'm glad to have you. So, hi, me, etc. You understand? So, the second person point of view, it is Alani, your mom says, only God is flawless, just be yourself. Exactly. Only God is flawless. Your characters shouldn't be flawless. So moving on, we have the second person POV. It is less common as it makes use of you and addresses the readers directly. Example, you were 5 years old when the war broke out. Are you referring to the reader? No. So that is why second person POV is not really in usage. So we make use of the first person and the last and the third person. Talking about the third person, this as a narrator describing the actions of the characters within the story. We have a narrator describing the actions on their own. A narrator is being used to describe the characters of a story. Make use of words like etc. You know, the narrator is there to describe what happens. He was 5 years old when the war broke out. He was 5 years old when the war broke out. Etc. So moving on how you can build your, how you can write creatively. Mind your punctuations, mind your punctuation marks. Do not abbreviate words. If you're still here and you call yourself a writer, you cannot punctuate properly, please take up my English and Writing Mastery course or my Fundamentals of English Language course. You should learn how to punctuate well. Use your capitalization. You start a new sentence with a capital letter. I've been seeing a lot of people making mistakes. Start a sentence with capital letter. No matter what, start a sentence with capital letter. Mind your punctuations. Do not abbreviate your words. And finally, enroll for my writing course to learn more under creative writing. Yeah, my WhatsApp contact is displayed. If you want to, I think we are done creative writing now. Oh yeah, we had through with that. So that is all. I wanted to give me a feedback. Feed me back. Did you learn from that creative writing section, or we should just end it? We shouldn't learn the essay writing. We should just go home since we've learned everything we need to learn. Drop a comment for me. We are done with the creative writing aspect, and we are moving on to the essay writing. And if you wish to learn more on creative writing, you can enroll for my writing course. You can enroll for my writing course, and the registration will end on the 1st of August. I have started preparing the everything we need to use. Just get started and finish off. We don't have to waste time. You're going to learn a lot. Imagine if you can learn this much in just 55 minutes. Imagine what you will learn if you enroll for if 1 month training. Come on. If you have enrolled for the course before, I want you to drop a comment for me in the comment section. Some of you are here that have joined the course before. Can we move on to the essay writing aspect, or we can call it a day, or we can call it a night, and get ready for Dominate with Communication Virtual Summit coming up tomorrow? You're not saying anything. Can we end this broadcast, or we should move on to the essay writing aspect? Mojisola Lua, creative writing is not as hard as you thought, but you still have a lot to learn. So please enroll for the course. How do I get registered? Omolola Roslyn, please check out the display, the the information displaying now. To improve your English and writing proficiency, register for the English and mastery class, and by sending a message to 081 42 18 31 51 on WhatsApp. You might not get a response immediately because I am quite busy planning for this year, but you're surely going to learn. Okay, moving on to the essay writing aspect. We have the essay writing. We won't spend a lot of time here. We just have to brief this essay writing aspect. An essay is a written piece that focuses on a particular subject. An essay is a written piece that focuses on a particular subject. This means when you're writing an essay, you're writing about just one particular object subject rather. Your focus is not on everything. In creative writing, you can diversify, move from love, talk about education. In that's your story, you can talk about education, you can talk about love, you can quickly talk about failures, you can talk about success, you can talk about friendship in your story, in a story in creative writing. But for essay writing, you just have to stick to one particular subject. If you're talking about relationship, that your essay must be focused on relationship alone. You don't have to add some other thing to it. If you're talking about marriage, that your essay should be focused on that marriage alone. You shouldn't add education to the marriage. Do you understand? So it is a piece of writing that is meant to inform or persuade. It is a piece of writing that is meant to inform or persuade. Your write up, your essay should inform or persuade people. When I say inform, it could either educate people or tell them more about the subject you're writing on. And an essay is defined as a short piece of writing that expresses information as well as the writer's opinions. Your essay expresses information. It is if you're persuading, if you're informing, no matter what you are writing, that piece is still going to pass across information. And as it is passing across the information, it is passing across your opinion. You give out your opinions via an essay. Essay writing are meant to help you to launch out your opinions. This is what this is trying to tell you. Someone should help me to type the number, the WhatsApp contact in the comment section for Roslyn. I don't think she can see my screen. So an essay is a short piece of information that expresses the writer's opinion. It expresses your opinion. It has to do with information, passing across information which expresses your opinions. So in other words, an essay centers oh okay. In other words, an essay centers on on passing across your opinions on your topics or subject of discourse, which is meant to educate. Please take note of this, put it in the comment section for us. You use an essay to pass across your opinion, which is meant to educate. Please, if you are here, kindly share the link to this broadcast on your lecture or on your status, that people should come and learn how to write essays. I am tired of telling people, guiding people, and coach, please help me with this essay writing. I think after this broadcast, anyone that comes around to learn essay writing for free, I'll just copy and paste the link, because you're going to learn quite a lot from this. So please share the link with your friends. They should subscribe and learn from us. So in other words, an essay centers on passing across your opinions, not the opinion of someone else. You're using this essay to pass across what you believe. That is when, as an English language student or as a linguist, as an ELL, when you're writing an essay, you are writing about what you feel. That is why most of the topics that are centered on essay writing, they will tell you to write about your experience, write about this, write about your perspective, write about what you think, because they are asking for your opinion. Your essay, the points you would use for your essay writing should be based on your opinions and not the opinion of someone else. So they're passing across your opinions on your topics or subject of discourse, which is meant to educate. Your essay writing should either educate, should either inform, should either entertain or persuade your readers. So please put it in the comment section. Essay writings are meant to, or essays are meant to educate, inform, entertain, and persuade. Put it in the comment section, please. I am moving on to the next slide. Essays are meant to educate, inform, entertain, and persuade your readers. So now let's move on to the guidelines to writing an essay. What are the guidelines to writing an essay? To successfully write an essay, a lot of planning is required. A lot of planning has to be put in place. If you have never written an essay before, or if you struggle with writing and you want to improve your skill, you can follow the guidelines below. If you struggle with writing essays, please follow the guidelines I will be teaching you below. The first one, choose the type of essay. Before you write your essay, you should go ahead to choose a type. You should know the type of essay you're writing on. You shouldn't just say, okay, fine, I want to write an essay and I'm writing it. No, choose the type of essays that you want to write about before you move. The first, so choose the type of essays. I'll quickly explain the essays types before we commence. Narrative essay. This type of essay tells a story or imparts information about your subject in a straightforward, orderly manner, like a story. When you're narrating, when you're making use of a narrative essay, when you want to choose your type of essay, if you want to write a narrative essay, it should be straightforward. You're telling a story. You're trying to impart information about your subject in a straightforward, orderly manner. It focuses on actions and uses verbs and descriptions. It is straightforward. It tells us what happens. Narrate your experience in the market last week. You went to the market, narrate your experience at the market. There, you're here to tell us when you got to the market, what happened, the things that came up in the market. You're not here to tell us, when I got to the market, I was just walking around. No, you should be straightforward. Move straight and tell us what happened without mincing words or wasting our time. It focuses on actions and uses verbs and descriptions. You describe, and when you're writing, or if you want to display your comment, I am the one that will help you to do that. You're not the one who will display it yourself. I will be the one to do that. So it focuses on actions and uses verbs and descriptions. So when you're writing a narrative essay, avoid the use of and then. You can use it, but don't let it be too much. Avoid overusing those words. Now, let me give you an example. A road accident you witnessed. If you want to write an essay about a road accident you witnessed, you can recall I said narrative essays are straight to the point, they're straightforward. You start with where and when the accident occurred. We're talking about the road accident. Where and when the accident occurred, the vehicles involved and everything. The time that it happened, the road, the scenery of the accident. Then you move on ahead to the nature of the accident. A lot of people are leaving this broadcast. It seems they don't need this essay writing class, but this is fine. The nature of the accident. What caused the accident? Is it an head-on collision? Did the vehicle somersault from the road, or what happened? Did the vehicle swayed off from the road? Was it due to negligence and everything? The nature of the accident or the cause of the accident. Then you move on to talk about the result of the accident, the numbers of deaths, the numbers of the people injured, how the vehicle got damaged. Then you move on to the rescue efforts made by the witnesses, the sympathizers, the police, and the road safety members to make the to avoid or to help the people that got injured. So we move on to the cause of the accident. The tire burst, overspeed, blah blah blah. Then you now suggest how people can avoid such future occurrences. So that is it. It is clearly stated and clearly arranged. Please, you understand my analogy. The Moving on, we have the persuasive essay. The persuasive essay is written to convince the reader about some point of view. You are trying to persuade, you are trying to let them you are trying to change their perception. Now they believe that divorce is good. You're trying to write an essay to them to make them change their mind that divorce is bad. Do you understand? So here you can state or write to convince them about your perspective. That is it on the persuasive essay. Then moving on to the expository essays. This explains to the readers how to perform a given process. Please, do you understand so far? Do you understand so far? Please, do you understand? If you understand, please drop a comment for me. Do you understand? Are you with me? Drop an emoji. Let me know you're watching. Let me know you're with me, please, in the comment section. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. So, expository essays, you use this to explain to the readers how to perform a given process. For example, how to make bread, step-by-step guides to making it in life. Most of the posts on social medias are most of the posts are expository to tell you how to, when you start to see something, a post or an essay telling you how to, that is expository. They are trying to tell you how you can perform a given process. Descriptive essay, descriptive essays, they focus on the details of what is going on. You write as it appears. You make use of description. Description is given in a way such that the mental picture of what is being said, the mental picture of what is being said is being registered on this in the reader's mind. When they see it, it registers in their mind. What you are saying, the pictures as you are describing, it is getting registered in their mind. That is what we use descriptive for. It creates a mental picture. Yeah, you can use the figure of speech. It is widely accepted. Now, here are some figures of speech I came up with. There she stood smiling like an angel. Like is a simile. You're trying to compare that person to an angel. Now, when your readers, when you see that, when you read this, what comes to your mind? You are trying to picture the girl like an angel. Please follow me in the comment section. Is that true? Let me read out these expressions to you, and I want you to tell me how you felt by reading them or by hearing them from me. There she stood, smiling like an angel. Her smile is like the breath of spring. I am elated because I want to swim in his river and be warmed by his sun. Please put it in the comment section. When I say that she stood smiling like an angel, what comes to your mind? You want to picture it. When I said I am elated because I want to swim in his river when I get a lover, this is what I'm going to tell him. I am elated because I want to swim in your river. I want to be warmed by your sun. You know, this is poetic. This is poetic. I would respond to your questions. Let's just round this off. So please, do you understand? You are trying to create. When I said I will swim in his river, you're wondering how will she swim in his river? Are you going to fly inside the river or something like that? But when I said I will swim in his river, the river I meant can be a river of his love and to be warmed by his son. When I say his son, it could be the way he hugs me and everything. But I don't have anyone I'm with right now, but I'm just trying to give you a kind of analogy. So, for example, if you want to write a descriptive essay about your trip to Dubai, you would give great detail about what you experienced, how the building stood out distinctively, what the transportation looked like, and anything else that the readers would need to feel as if we were there. So, one thing about descriptive is that, Joy, you're not serious. One thing about descriptive is that it gives your readers the vibe. It's as though they are there with you. They are there with you. They are reading. They understand everything you're saying. They are with you. It creates a mental picture. Now, other types of essay, I'll just quickly run through this. You can listen and read or write it down later. Problem solution essay. In this type of essay, you describe a problem, convince the reader to care about the problem, you propose a solution, and you prepare to face and dismantle objections. People will object what you have said, but you are going to let them understand that, okay, fine, this is why I said this is why I preferred this solution to this problem. Informative essay, you write to educate the reader on a particular topic with facts. When you're writing an informative essay, you have to back it up with facts. Moving on, we have argumentative essay. You take a position on a controversial issue. I don't talk about controversial issue because they attract a lot of criticism. What you will say, another person will not accept, and it will be clash. It will clash, and it might end up messy. But you take a position on controversial issues and present evidence in favor of your position, and this is why they known as debate. Doctor is better than teacher, like we used to do during our secondary school days. Doctors are better than teachers. Beautiful. Someone said, there she stood like an angel. I got a picture of how beautiful and amiable she looks like. That's just it. Why is Rafiat sad? Do you want me to write a poem for you? Do you want me to write a poem for you? Are you sad? Why are you sad? It's quite funny. But let's just move. We have the after deciding the type of essay you want to write, then you go ahead to brainstorm your topic. You cannot write an essay unless you have an idea of what you want to write about. You cannot write an essay except you have an idea of what you want to write about. Then you have your idea of what you want to write about. Then you have to come up with the theme of the essay. You need to have a topic or ideas that will help you to enunciate the essays properly. Then you move ahead. After having an idea, you move ahead to brainstorm. Brainstorming is the process in which you come up with an essay topic. You think and you have a discussion with others to produce ideas that will help you with the essay writing. You develop the points, you brainstorm, you think, you use your imagination to build up your points. So how can you brainstorm? To brainstorm, you can write down everything that comes to your mind and you can narrow them down later. Write anything that comes to your mind in a separate sheet that are related to your topic. Then you can also use clustering or mind mapping to brainstorm and come up with an essay idea. This involves writing your topic or idea in the center of a paper and creating bubbles or cloud clusters or related ideas around it. I would explain this using clusters or mind mapping to those who registered for my mastery course. Moving on, once you have a list of possible topics, it's time for you to choose the best one that will answer the questions posed for your essay, and you want to choose the topic that is not too broad nor not too narrow. Then you have the move on after writing, after brainstorming, then you research on the topic. You can also research. You have done your brainstorming, you've chosen your topic. You may need to research the topic. You go to the library or you search online. You can buy books, interview people who might be experts in the subject. Then you keep your research organized so that it will be easy for you to refer back to them. And you can also cite your essays. This is a way of citing the resources. That is, when I say citing the resources, where you got some of your points, this is a way of citing references. Creative and essay writing by Samantha, page 1, blah 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 blah, blah and how. Please, if you are still with me, drop a comment for me. I am trying as much as possible to be fast with it and round off. If you are still with me, drop a comment, please. I want to round off now. I have a meeting by 9 and it is past 9. If you are with me, please drop a comment. Thank you, everyone. So moving on, we have the next aspect. We will be rounding off in a few minutes. Develop a thesis and outline for your essay. Oh my, it's still have okay. Let me just round off now. You can make a screenshot of this. I'll round just go through this. So you can develop a thesis and outline for your essay. When you say the thesis is the line or expression that summarizes the topic of your essay. For example, this essay is centered on the usage of question marks. It has summarized everything the essay is all about. This essay will talk about, or this essay is about social media, or social media is beneficial. This essay seeks to enunciate it. That is it. Just give a line that summarizes everything that your essay is about. Then outlining means you want to essentially draw the skeleton of your essay on your paper. When you're writing an outline, you have to make sure it is logical, it is well arranged, and every point flows properly. If you have been asked to write an argumentative essay, you can just use this in a rough sheet. Start by writing your statements, then you move ahead to writing each of your paragraphs, making them work together. Don't jumble too many ideas in a paragraph so that your readers won't get confused. For each paragraph must talk about a point. Please put it in the comment section. Your essay, each paragraph must enunciate a point. Each paragraph must explain a point. Put it in the comment section, please. Each paragraph must explain a point. Ensure you have transitions and connections between paragraphs so the readers can understand how the points flow from one idea to another. I wish I can explain this better, but we don't really have time. Moving on, fill in supporting facts from your research under each paragraph. You can put facts to back up your paragraphs. So make sure everything works together. Your paragraphs must go back to your thesis. It must work with your topic. Everything must be must be connected to create a cohesive and understandably is to create a cohesive and essay that can be understood by your readers. Then after having your outline, you can write your essay. Once you have an outline, it's time to start writing. Write based on the outline itself. Your outline is a skeleton of your essay. It should help you to create a whole cohesive and clear essay. You want to edit and read your essay, so make sure your outline is great. As you write your essay, make sure you revise for clarity, consistency, and structure. Make sure your essay is well structured, just logical. Support your thesis with the information in your paragraph. Each paragraph should portray a point that is related to the topic. Your paragraph should have a point that is related. Please put it in the comment section. Each paragraph should relate a point that is related to the topic. You can't be talking about life and you are talking about killing yourself. Okay. Let me not use that word. You can't be talking about moving on and you're talking about going back. No, it should relate. Support your thesis adequately with information to your paragraph. It should portray a point. Make sure make sure everything flows together as you move through the essay. Make sure everything flows together as you move through the essay. Use transition words. Transition words are the glue that connects every paragraph together and prevents the essay from sounding disjointed. We have examples of transition words. We have however, in conclusion, to begin with, firstly, moreover, secondly, moroso, etc. These are transition words. When you are in a point, you want to move to the next paragraph. Don't just jump to the next paragraph. You have to use a word like moreover or also or in conclusion to move to your next paragraph. So moving on, you have to read your introduction and conclusion. Now, it's not about, there's a difference between writing an essay and people gaining from that essay. Reread your introduction and conclusion. After writing, will the reader walk away knowing exactly what your essay was about? What will the reader learn from the essay? What will be their take home point? You should consider that in your essay writing. Now, when you are done writing, don't just submit your essay like that. Check the spelling and grammar usage. Now that the essay has been written, but you're not quite done, reread what you have written, look out for mistakes and typos, then revise for technical errors. You check out for the grammar, punctuation errors. You cannot always count on spell check to recognize every spelling error. Please, when writing online, when you're writing an essay, whether it's online or in person, make sure you check for errors. Don't say because I am using Grammarly or because I am using one grammar app, I don't want to check. You have to check because at times the app that you're using cannot spell check all the errors. We have two different types of English. We have the American English and the um, British English. There are some spellings that are correct in American English that is incorrect in British English. So you have to check yourself. Sometimes you can spell a word incorrectly and your keyboard will tell you it is right, or that spell checking app is telling you it is right, whereas it is wrong. Do you understand? At times you can spell a word, you want to say from and you are saying form. There's a big difference between from and for. So you have to check. Even if you are typing, you are using a spell checker, you have to still check for errors. So that is all for tonight. We are done for now. If you are from SGS, congratulations. Next week will be for pronunciation. You are done with the lecture for the week. You're not done with the lecture for the week, sorry. You are going to join the Dominating Communication Virtual Summit tomorrow. It is compulsory. We are going to mark attendance on the group, but you are going to join because you'll be learning communication. I want you to learn how you can make use. You are so lucky. This set is lucky because I think it was the third or the fourth set we had. They also had the chance of learning during the Dominating Communication Virtual Summit 2021. So you're going to learn how you can dominate with communication as a brand, as a business owner in social media and everything. So make sure you join tomorrow. If you're going to join tomorrow's live broadcast and Saturday's live broadcast, drop a comment for me in the comment section. I will join, I will join, I will join. And if you know you want other people to benefit from it, please share the link to this YouTube channel with them. We are done with tonight's class. If you have any questions, kindly ask. And if you need clarifications, kindly FGM. What is it? SGS. I said SGS, not SFGM. SGS. It is an online school I run for English grammar. You're going to learn how to write. You are going to learn English for free. This thing will be out soon. The registration will be out soon. You can just join. Thank you. Uchechi says I will join. Victoria, Ofenime, Alabi, Faith. Okay. Abogu says, oh yeah, we are looking. Yeah. Following back to back. Oh yes, let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. What an interesting lecture. Thank you so much. You make learning so interesting. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That is the essence of me being an educator. If you check out my YouTube channel, I said that I want to make learning interesting. So here we have. Imagine having over 70 people view it from the beginning to the end. It is interesting. Thank you. I will join. Oh my Oladosu, I will join. Olajide, Timothy, Olariwaju, Fabi, Kenny. Thank you, Sir Kenny. Thank you so much. Okay, everyone says I will join. Thank you. I will be expecting you tomorrow. Don't miss it. If you have not shared the link, please go and share it. My battery sustained me. Oh, I am glad you got value from today's lecture. If you have any questions, please ask. Ask. I am going to end this live broadcast in a few minutes. Let's do this again tomorrow. Yes, let's do it. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section. Amen. Thank you for your prayers. At exactly 9:25, I will end this broadcast. For some people that I hear that are very active, like Abogu John, Sir Oyeleye, a lot of people here are very active. Please, I would like you to join our I would like you to join a group that would help us to note the striking points tomorrow during the live broadcast. I would really appreciate it if you can join. I can see that you are active and I'd like to leverage that. You have any questions? Oh, thank you, everyone. I am so glad that you have learned a lot. Please, if you are so sure this channel, because I'll be coming live more on this channel. If you're so sure this channel has been beneficial to you, if you're sure you learned, please share the link to this video. Share the link to this video. I'll drop the link in the comment section now. Copy it, paste it on your WhatsApp. Tell your friends, oh, you have to watch this video on writing. If you're a writer and you don't have money to, oh, amen. Alani says, thank you, coach. Tonight was educative and very interesting. We should do more YouTube classes. Amen. Sure, we will do it. Don't worry, God will help us because coming live is not easy, especially in Nigeria with this power supply and everything. It is not easy. I won't lie to you. Coming live in Nigeria is not easy, but I'll try as much as possible to come live um, for you. Yeah, the link is in the comment section. Please check it out. You can share with your friends. Eh, if you have any questions, if you don't have any questions, please can I just end this broadcast? The replay will be available. If you're watching the replay, just drop hashtag replay in the comment section. Okay, thank you all for joining. Tomorrow we will be live by 5 o'clock in the evening to talk about communication. To talk about communication, to learn communication. You understand? So, thank you. You shouldn't miss tomorrow for anything. I reply, do not miss tomorrow for anything. We will be bringing two experts, Val Okafor and Omoba Adiola Shudeko, to talk to us about communication. You don't want to miss this. If you miss this, you miss out. Hey, you miss this, you miss out. You miss out on a lot. So, till tomorrow, let's do this.